The other day, someone asked me, given a chance, would you go back to Kenya? And I sat there a little bit confused, wondering whether should I answer the question, should I be offended, or should I correct the question? The other day, someone asked me, given a chance, would you go back to Kenya? And I sat there a little bit confused, wondering whether should I answer the question, should I be offended, or should I correct the question? Because asking, given a chance, means I don't have a chance to go back. I mean, that's home. I would go back in a moment. And I told them I would go back in a moment. That is my home. So there's no question of given a chance. I think the better question would be, why are you here? So I said I would go back in a moment because I'm primarily here because of family. And I told them that. And for those of you who don't know, I moved here primarily because of family, because my husband's work meant he needed to be here. So we all moved here. And that's how I ended up in the UK. So I was like, I'm here primarily because of family. I didn't even want to come in the first place. No, I didn't say that. But anyway, it just brought to light some of the misconceptions people have about us when we live abroad or about immigrants living abroad. And so today, we're going to talk about the misconceptions people have about immigrants or people living abroad. We're going to unpack all of them. And I want you to let me know if I miss anything and let me know in the comments. But first, thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, share if you find it helpful because it helps this channel to grow. So back to the misconceptions people have and the reasons we stay here. So for me, especially this summer, let me tell you, I've forgotten a little bit that I'm in Britain. If you're in the UK, you know we've had a glorious summer. The rain was not there. It was 23 degrees and above, getting even to 30. It was just bliss. It was a bit like back home. It was like, if this continues, why are we missing home? But the weather was amazing. But also weather is a really big factor why people live here. But I want to address the misconceptions people have when we live abroad. So there are certain groups of people. Let me break them down. The first one. Some people think that you're here to benefit from the system. You're here to drain the public coffers, not understanding that honestly, you're here validly, you pay your visa fees, you pay your exorbitant NHS surcharge or for whatever fees you need to pay in your country. You pay your taxes just like anyone else and pay even more. But then they look at you as someone who's here to benefit from the system. And I think that's a really big misconception. Or someone who is here to exploit. But you're even probably here as a student and you know how fees is expensive. Paying your fees through working, through just being a diligent worker, being a diligent citizen. But some people will see you as someone who's here to drain their public coffers. Second one, at the workplace. Some people will look at you as a diversity hire. That's it. You're different from them. They just look at you as a diversity hire. They don't think you have anything to bring to the table. They don't trust your skills. They don't believe you can do the job well. They just look at you they look down on you because they just think you're a diversity here. You're here to tick a box. But these people, by then they shouldn't worry you because it's very easy to disprove them. Just do your work excellently and your work will speak for itself. I'll tell you the truth. Most workplaces, most places here, you have to work twice as hard to prove yourself as an immigrant. Just to prove yourself. You might be equally qualified or even better qualified, but you have to work twice as hard to overcome the bias that's there. So they just look at you as a diversity hire. But the moment you begin doing the work, the moment you begin delivering, their minds begin to change. These are easy ones to win over. So just do your work excellently. Don't let it bother you. They will come round. Another interesting group of people, and please tell me in the comments if you have encountered these ones, especially the people who live around you or the people you interact with. They look at you with suspicion. they're not sure if they're safe around you. They don't understand. They're probably not exposed enough to know. They probably haven't visited Africa, haven't visited the part of the world you've come from. They've never interacted with someone like you, so they look at you with suspicion. They're not sure whether to trust you. Some of them are just not sure whether to trust you, but some of them are like really suspicious. They're just waiting for you to make a wrong move. They look at you with a lot of questions, and you have some neighbors like this who will be picking at you, like who will be sort of monitoring you. But the moment you catch their eye, they look away. They won't even say hi. They're just so suspicious of you. They just don't understand you. They don't understand the color of your skin. They don't understand how you do things. They don't understand why you'd have to leave your country to come and stay here. They're just suspicious of you. And some of them are just waiting for you to make a wrong move so that they can prove themselves right. Beware of those ones. Beware. And then there's a group that will pity you. Oh, they think you've come from so much suffering. They think you're just traumatized in life. They just pity you. And I understand that people who've come here because the situations in their countries is really not good and is not safe, and they needed to be here. I respect that. But there are people who just blanketly look at us and think, oh my goodness, oh poor thing. Like they just pity you. They don't understand that you might be here by choice or by merit. They think you've come from so much trauma, even from the way they approach you. I remember having a chat with someone at a party and explaining to them I studied in Kenya, what I studied and how I moved here and how long I've been here. And then they made a comment that, oh, and you have such good English. To be honest, guys, living with British people, sometimes you never know whether it's just a compliment or it has an underlying meaning. And I was there thinking to myself, so what do they think the country I come from looks like? It doesn't have good schools. And I mean, this played out in the global scene. Remember that world leader who asked the president of, I think, Liberia, like, you speak such good English, where did you go to school? I mean, so there are those people who look at you and pity you and think absolutely nothing works at home, absolutely nothing works in our countries, and it's such a privilege for us to be here. So there are those ones. Just be aware of them. Just for me, those ones, I mean, don't pay much attention. If they're really curious, you can educate them a little bit, but really it shouldn't bother you. You shouldn't put much of your attention to them. And then finally, there are those who are honest, they are open, they will embrace you. When you find these people, keep them. They're your tribe. They will bet on you, they will give you a chance, they will give you community. There are those, whether from your home country or from here, and you will find people in the country you live in, like here in UK. I've found people who just embrace you. They're open-minded. I mean, you vibe and you grow together and you become a community. Embrace those kind of people. They're the ones who will actually help you navigate the cultural nuances there. They will help you navigate lots of things. So embrace these people, keep them, and I hope that you find this kind of people. And before I finish, I need to mention, sometimes you come and you expect your countrymen are the ones that will embrace you. Let me help you. Sometimes your countrymen will be the gatekeepers. I've seen this. Like the people who you think, they're from Africa, they're from home, we will get on together. It's not obvious. It's not obvious. Some of them you will, and it's beautiful when you do that, but some of them it just doesn't work. Some of them also look at you with suspicion. Even the ones who've been here for very long, they look at you with suspicion, or they pity you, or they become gatekeepers. So when you encounter those ones, just move on swiftly. People are different. That's what I've learned. And you will find help in the most unlikely places. The locals who you think would not be very easy to get along with could be the ones you get along with. And the people from back home who you think would be closest to you might not be. But then you'll also find people from back home who will just be your tribe and become your family. So it's two sides of the coin. So find your tribe, and when you find, thrive and stay in it. I have found that building a community or building friendships forms a really big part of you being able to settle and being able to feel at home and thrive here. So if that's something you guys would like to hear more about, how to build a community, how to make friends, how to network, please let me know in the comments and we can do a video around that. Thank you for watching. I have done a video on building confidence abroad. I will link it down here so you can go and watch it. Alternatively, you could watch a video I have done on how to work smart and how to thrive in the British workplace. So I will link them down here below. Thank you for watching and remember to subscribe.